Today's yoga practice is going to be targeting our upper back. What we'll do is we'll start out in a simple cross leg and we can use a block if that is helpful in a seated position, or we can just sit on our floor or on our mat, whatever is best for you. I'll take off my glasses and we can begin. Let's find a simple cross leg. Take our ankles underneath our knees, drawing our navel to our spine, lifting our shoulders to our ears, rolling them down our back, and closing our eyes as we turn our palms to face the sky. As we inhale, we'll fill our chest with air. And as we exhale, we'll draw breath down our spine and towards our belly. Inhaling, filling our chest with air. Exhaling, drawing breath down our spine and towards our belly. Inhaling, filling our chest with air. Exhaling, drawing breath down our spine and towards our belly. Inhaling fully and pausing. Inhaling a little more. Exhaling fully and pausing. Exhaling just a little more. Begin to take breath at your own pace. Spending more time in your inhale if you're caring for your upper back, or more in your exhale if you're caring for your lower. Finding the breath pattern that helps you unlock. Spending more time in the inhale to unlock the upper back, or more in the exhale to unlock the lower. 2 more breath cycles or so wherever we happen to be. 1. Let's keep our eyes closed. We'll transition our hands to our shins, allowing our knuckles to face forward. Inhaling into our seated cow sternum, reaching forward. Exhaling into our cat, tucking our chin, tucking our tail, creating space between our vertebrae. Inhaling into our cat sternum, reaching forward, holding a quarter between our shoulder blades. Exhaling into our cat, creating space between each vertebra, shoulders aiming more to our hips than our ears. Taking 3 to 5 more cat and cows, moving at the pace that's right for you. Exaggerating the movement of our spine as we see fit. And after you've taken 3 to 5 for you, pause in that simple cross leg. Spine stacked. Hands resting on our legs, palms facing the sky, feet tucked more underneath our knees than not. With our next inhale, we'll open our eyes and gaze forward. We'll notice which leg we crossed in front. We'll bring our hands to prayer and interlace that finger by our body. As we inhale, we draw our navel to our spine, extending our arms forward, lifting up. Exhale, releasing our shoulders down our back. Inhale, we'll slide our chin to the right, like we're backing out of our parking spot. Exhale to center. With an inhale, we'll slide our chin to the left. Exhale to center. With an inhale, we'll gaze to our fingers. We'll slowly exhale, gaze forward, gently undoing the interlace, extending our arms out, finding the muscular resistance, pausing it parallel. Then we can draw our right hand behind us, hook our left arm to the outside of our leg. Inhale, lengthening, creating space. Exhale, turning our belly, our heart, and our gaze. Inhale, lengthening where we're in our twist. Exhale, let's use that left hand as a hinge, bringing out our belly, deepening our twist. With our next inhale, we'll uncoil. Let's return back to center. We'll lift up our knees, and we'll crisscross our legs in the other direction. Inching our feet more underneath our knees, and now we'll bring our palms to connect with the other finger interlaced. Inhale, we'll draw our navel to our spine, extending our arms forward and lifting them up. Exhale, releasing our shoulders down our back. Inhale, we'll slide our chin to the left. Exhale to center. Inhale, we'll slide our chin to the right. Exhale to center. With an inhale, we'll gaze to our fingers. We'll slowly exhale, gaze forward, gently undoing the interlace, extending our arms out, finding the muscular resistance, pausing it parallel. We'll draw our other arm behind us. Inhale, lengthening, creating space. Exhale, turn our belly, heart, and gaze. Inhale, lengthening in our twist. Exhale, using that right hand as a hinge, bringing out our belly like a washcloth. Deepening our twist. With our next inhale, we'll uncoil. We'll return back to center. Let's gently lift up our knees. We'll roll onto one hip or another, no preference. And let's find our way to all fours. On all fours, we'll stack all the joints in our arm, turning the inner aspects of our elbows towards one another so we're not hyperextending. Let's tuck our right thigh behind our left, trying to keep left knee and hip in alignment. Inhale, we'll lengthen through our heel, extend the crown of our head forward. Exhale, let's look past our left shoulder towards our right ankle. Inhale, we'll fill our right lung with air, expanding our chest, stretching those intercostal muscles. Exhale, a nourishing breath to our lower back. One more nice long inhalation. And an equally long exhale. We'll soften our right knee. We'll tuck our right knee underneath our right hip. And we'll move that left leg. With an inhale, we'll lengthen through our heel, even weight through our hands, extend the crown of our head forward. Exhale, gazing past our right shoulder to our left ankle. Inhale, we'll fill our left lung with air, expanding our lung capacity, stretching our shirt. Exhale, a nourishing breath to our lower back. One more long inhalation. And an equally long exhale. We'll soften our knees. We'll find our way to all fours. And from all fours today, let's draw our knees wide, our big toes together, and we'll find a child's pose. Extending our arms. Inhale, let's shimmy our fingers to the left, going only as far as we don't lift our glutes from that original position. One more time, we'll take a nice long inhalation, stretching those intercostal muscles. And an equally long exhale. Staying low, we walk our hands through center and to the right. And once we get as far to the right as we go without moving off of our seat, we'll focus on that upper back. Inhale, filling that left lung with air, stretching out our shirt. Exhale, wrinkles into our shirt as we nourish our lower back. Let's walk our hands back to center, opening our eyes to make sure our arms are only shoulder distance apart. We'll find our way to all fours. Our knees are a little wide. We'll bring our knees back to rest underneath our hips. Inhale, rounding our back into our cat, curling our toes, and finding our first down dog high on our tippy toes. With an inhale, we'll bend one knee, lower the opposite heel. Exhale, vice versa, pedaling out our feet. Stretching our calves and our Achilles with a conservative knee bend. We're taking a little bit more adventurous knee bend to get into our lower back. 3 more breath cycles wherever we are. 2, 1. Inhaling high on our tippy toes. Exhale, simultaneously lowering our heels towards the mat. We'll draw our thighs to the wall behind us, lift our shoulders to our hips, turn our armpits towards our yogi mat neighbors. As we gaze to our navel and nod yes and no, freeing our head, neck, and shoulders. Then we'll allow our head to be passive. We'll start to walk our hands back to our feet, softening our knees as much as our hamstrings would let. When we arrive at the back of our mat, we'll take a deep enough knee bend to place our first 2 fingers and thumbs around our big toes. Inhale, we'll elongate our torso. Exhale, bending our elbows wide, we'll fold our heart to our thighs, lift our shoulders to our hips, and nod yes and no. We'll allow our head to be passive. And with our head passive, gravity provides that opportunity for us to lengthen our hamstrings. 2 more breaths. 1. Exhale, deep bend in our knees, eyes open, hands to our hips, tailbone descends, spine stacks. We bring ourselves to upright. Inhale, lifting our arms high. Exhale, elbows bend, thumbs descend, lengthening our triceps. Inhale, fingers high. Exhale, deep knee bend protects our back as we hinge. Inhaling into our half lift. Exhale, bending our elbows, folding our heart to our thighs. We'll soften our knees, place our fingers by our toes. We'll walk ourselves out into our plank. Carefully lowering to our bellies, letting the fronts of our feet touch. Inhaling into our cobra, shoulders roll to our ears and down our back. Hands on the ground for flexibility, or hovering for strength. Gazing at the floor in front of us, holding that quarter between our shoulder blades for 2 more breaths. 1. Hands down if they're up. We'll curl our toes, press our heels into chaturanga. Then inhale into our downward facing dog. And from our down dog, we'll walk footprint by footprint to the front of our mats, lengthening our hamstrings. When we arrive at the front of our mat, we'll find a chair. Navel draws in, tailbone descends, arms extend 3/4 up the wall in front of us. With an inhale, we'll bring our hands to prayer at our heart. With an exhale, we'll hook our left arm to the outside of our right leg. Let's gaze to our feet. Inhale, transitioning weight off of our left foot. As our head extends forward. And with an exhale, we press our hands into one another, stacking ribs, shoulders, elbows. Hands at prayer, fly, or bind. Left knee up or down, yogi choice. 3 more breaths wherever our body's taking us. 2 more breaths wherever we happen to be. 1. With an exhale, we'll meet with our left hand under our shoulder, right arm stacked on top. Inhale, reaching our right arm to the sky, rotating our left rib in the direction of our right thigh, holding that beach ball. Stay here. Maybe left knee on the ground. Perhaps we'll pivot our toes to the side wall to stretch our IT band. Perhaps we'll find a side plank balancing. 3 more breaths wherever our body's taking us, our shoulders resting against a imaginary wall. 2. 1. Exhale, we'll pivot our toes forward, chest to our thigh, left knee descends. Inhale, we walk our fingers back, lifting up our right toes to create a little more space. Stretching out our hamstring. Exhale, we'll find our simple lunge, knee over ankle. 3 more times, left knee up or down, yogi choice. Inhale, rounding our back, straightening our legs, gazing to our shin. Exhaling into our lunge, knee over ankle, shoulders lengthened to our hips. 2 more, rounding our back, straightening our legs, gazing to our shin. Exhaling into our lunge. 1 more, rounding our back, straightening our legs, gazing to our shin. Exhaling into our lunge. We'll soften our left knee, left foot step forward to join our right. We'll find our chair, navel draws in, tailbone extends, hands extend 3/4 up the wall in front of us. Inhale, our hands to prayer at our heart, our chest fills. Exhale, we hook our right arm to the outside of our leg, gazing to our feet. Inhale, we transition effort off of our right foot. With an exhale, we stride back, right knee up or down, yogi choice. Inhale, the crown of our head extends forward. And with an exhale, we press our hands into one another, stacking ribs, shoulders, elbows. Hands of prayer, fly or bind, right knee up or down, yogi choice. 3 more breaths wherever we happen to be. 2. 1. With an exhale, we'll meet with our right hand under our shoulder, left arm stacked. Inhale, we elongate our spine. Exhale, the right rib rotates to the mat, holding a beach ball between our right rib and our left thigh. Left arm extends to the sky, right knee up or down. Maybe our toes pivot to the side wall to stretch that IT band. Maybe we find a side plank and balance for 3 more breaths. Reaching to the sky. 2. 1. Exhale, we'll meet in our simple lunge. Right knee descends, fingertips under our shoulder. Inhale, we'll walk our hands back, chest close to our thighs, lifting up our left toes to create a little more space. Exhale, we'll find our simple lunge, knee over ankle. 3 more times, right knee up or down. Inhale, rounding our back, straightening our legs, gazing to our shin. Exhaling into our lunge. 2 more, rounding our back, straightening our legs, gazing to our shin. Exhaling into our lunge. One more, rounding our back, straightening our legs, gazing to our shin. Exhaling into our lunge. We'll soften our right knee, step forward to join our left. Inhale, bring yourself to upright, arms lift high. Exhale, mini back bend, elbows wide, heart lifts, give courage. Inhale, fingers high. Exhale, deep knee bend, protects our back as we hinge. Inhaling into our half lift. Exhale, bending our elbows, folding our heart to our thighs. We'll soften our knees, place our fingers by our toes, and we'll stride back into our plank. And in our plank, we can rest into dog or pivot onto our tiptoes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Curling our toes. Joining our friends in down dog. And in our down dog, let's bring our feet as wide as our mat. We'll look to our hands, and we'll slide our left thumb until it connects with our right. Then we'll slide the left hand towards our right foot, or towards both feet. We're going to pivot up onto our tippy toes, bend our knees deeply. Then our right arm will hook to the outside of our left leg, anywhere but our knee. Inhale, we begin to straighten our left leg, rotate our right ribs to the floor, left ribs to the side wall. Stretching through that left side body. 2 more breaths. 1. Exhale, deep bend in our knees. Right hand replaces our left arm to the outside of our right leg. Inhale, we begin to straighten our right leg. Keeping that deep bend in our left knee, we rotate our rib cage towards the right side wall. Stretching that right side body for 2 more breaths. 1. Exhale, deep bend in our knees. We'll bring our heels to the ground, heels in, toes out, walking our hands back, finding a little froggy position at the back of our mat. Spine elongated. The strength of our hands pressing into one another, the action of our elbows and knees pressing into one another helps us lengthen our spine. Stay here. Or slide our right arm in front of our leg, aiming our fingers to the side wall. Extending that left hand, gazing past our shoulder. Try not to have that left knee buckle inward without the effort of the arm against our leg. Maybe we take a half bind. Perhaps we take a full bind. Finding where our body would like to be, opening our upper body, opening up that left hip. 2 more breaths. 1. Exhale, we'll meet back at center. Stay as we are. Or slide our left arm in front of our leg, extending the right without the right knee buckling inward. Maybe the half bind, maybe the full bind. Maybe we use a towel to help our hands connect. Gazing past our right shoulder, 3 more breaths. 2. 1. Let's all meet back where we began. Hands under our shoulders. We'll lift our glutes about 3/4, heel to toe. We'll bring our feet back to about hip distance apart. Inhale, we'll walk ourselves out into our plank. We can rest in down dog or pivot onto our tippy toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, curling our toes. Joining our friends in down dog, we can stay here. Or lift our right leg high. Maybe come up onto the ball of our left foot to stretch our arch. Perhaps we bend our knees, stack our hip, gaze under our left armpit at our right heel. Stillness stretches the quad, circling the knee in space that locks the hip. Find what you need. 3 more breaths. 2. 1. Let's look to our hands. And we'll step our right foot forward into our lunge. Surrendering that left knee to the ground temporarily. Right hand on our thigh, left arm rests on our thigh. We gently bring our spine to upright. With an inhale, we'll lift our arms high to the sky, palms connect. Finding a little pointer finger, aiming to the sky, shoulders melt down our back. Let's imagine our thighs muscularly drawing to the midline. Inhale, our fingers lift. Exhale, our right ribs lift up and over an imaginary beach ball. Stretching from our left hip to our shoulder, arms equidistant from our ears, forming that picture frame. Thighs muscularly drawing to the midline to find strength. Inhale, we bring ourselves to center. Exhale, we lift our left ribs up and over that beach ball. Arms equidistant from our ears, thighs drawing towards the middle. 2 more breaths. 1. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, fingers high. Exhale, hands under our shoulders. We'll curl our left toes. We'll pivot that left heel to the ground, heel to heel alignment. Prepare for warrior 1. Hands to prayer by our right big toe. Inhale, our legs are strong. Exhale, we float up. Shoulders roll to our ears and down our back. Arm shoulder width interlace or cactus. Inhale, we find a spot on the wall in front of us. We follow that point through the wall to the ceiling, finding our back bend. Hot air balloon lifting our heart to the sky, shoulders drawing down. Thighs muscularly drawn to the midline. 1 more breath. Inhale, fingers high, traditional warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. With an inhale, we'll extend our right arm forward, form a top right thigh, lifting our left arm high to the sky. Gently extending our right arm, expanding our lung capacity, expanding our wingspan as we open that right hip. 1 more breath. Exhale, right palm or fist at our arch, gaze into our left hand. Inhale, we watch our left hand reach back. Exhale, we circle in space. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Last 1. Inhale, our left arm reaches high. Exhale, we'll cartwheel our hands down, step back into our plank. We can rest in down dog or hover. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Curling our toes. Joining our friends in down dog. We can stay here. Or lift our left leg high. Maybe come up onto the ball of our right foot. Maybe bend left hand on our thigh. Inhale, our legs are strong. Exhale, we float up into our warrior 1. Shoulders melt down our back. Arm shoulder width interlace or cactus. Inhale, we'll gaze past that line on the wall. Through the ceiling. Through the ceiling. Finding that back bend. Hot air balloon lifting our heart and anchor, drawing our sacrum down. Thighs drawing to the midline for 3 more breaths. 2. 1. Inhale our exhale, we'll externally rotate that right hip. Inhale, sliding your left arm forward, form a top of that right arm, reaching high to the sky with a gentle extension of our left arm. Lengthening from fingertip to fingertip, expanding our lung capacity. While we open that left hip, lengthening from fingertip to fingertip, expanding our lung capacity. While we open that left hip, 2 more breaths. 1. Exhale, a palm or fist to our arch, we gaze to our right hand. Inhale, we watch our right hand reach back to our arch, we gaze to our right hand. Inhale, we watch our right hand reach back. Exhale, we circle in space. 3 more rotation. Eyes following our hand and locking our cervical and thoracic spine. 2 more times. Last time. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Exhale, we'll cartwheel our hands down, step back into our plank. We can rest in down dog or hover. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Curling toes. Joining our friends in down dog. And in our down dog, we can stay here. Or lift our right leg high. Maybe come up onto the ball of our left foot. Perhaps we can exhale, draw a knee to our nose for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, right leg high. Let's look to our hands and we'll step our right foot forward into our lunge, knee over ankle. Pivot the left up 45, heel to heel. Surrendering the crown of our head down, we'll sweep our hands back. Interlacing the left finger at our sacrum, prepare for our humble warrior. Inhale, we extend our hands away from our body to the ceiling, towards the wall in front of us. Left knee on the ground. Perhaps stay as we are. Or find toppling tree, adding balance. No strain in our neck. 4 more breaths wherever we are. 3, 2, 1. With an exhale, toppling trees gracefully come down, knees on the ground, gracefully build up. Meet with our hands under our shoulders. We'll step back into our plank right back parallel. Let's walk our hands back until they rest under our shoulders. Prepare for warrior three. We'll soften our left knee, hands to our thigh. We're straight. Hands on our hips to keep us honest. Hands at prayer, airplane, or interlacing the right finger behind us for just a little more chest expansion. 3 more breaths wherever we are. 2, 1. With an exhale, we'll meet with our hands on our hips, left leg softens, hands under our shoulders. We'll walk ourselves out into our plank. We can rest in down dog or hover. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Curling our toes. Joining our friends in down dog. We can stay here. We'll lift our left leg high. Maybe come up onto the ball of our right foot. Perhaps with an exhale, draw our knee to our nose for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, left leg high. We'll look to our hands and we'll step our left foot forward into our lunge pivot right at 45, heel to heel. Friendly the crown of our head down. We'll sweep our hands back, interlacing the right finger to our sacrum. We inhale, our hands extend away from our body to the ceiling, to the wall in front. Finding our humble warrior, no strain in our neck. Right knee on the ground or toppling tree or stay as we are for 3 more breaths. 2, 1. With an exhale, toppling trees gracefully come down and send the ground build up. We'll meet with our hands under our shoulders. We'll step back into our plank. We can rest in down dog or hover. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Curling our toes. Joining our friends in down dog. Let's aim our left heel back. We'll walk our hands back until they rest under our shoulders. Softening our right knee, hands to our thigh for warrior three balance. Maybe hands on our hips. Maybe prayer airplane. Or right finger interlace closest to our body. Deciding where you'd like to be for 4 more breaths, gazing underneath our heart. 3, 2, 1. With an exhale, we'll soften our knee, hands under our shoulders. We'll walk ourselves out into our plank. We can rest in down dog or hover. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Curling our toes. Joining our friends in down dog. And in our down dog, let's straighten our knees underneath our hips. Let's pivot onto our left hip and cross our right leg over, finding a gentle twist. Left elbow hugs around our right knee, right hand by our sacrum. Inhale, our spine elongates. Exhale, we turn our belly, our heart, and our gaze. Keep the hug to get into the glute and the elbow for a little. Exhale, turn our belly, our heart, and our gaze. Inhale, we'll find our way back to center. Right hand to our arch, left hand behind us. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we turn our belly, heart, and gaze. With an inhale, we'll uncoil, come back to center. Let's transfer our weight forward. So both knees are facing forward. And now the left foot is aiming to one wall, the right foot is aiming to the other. Let's have our glutes aim back towards that left arch, or we'll sit our glutes down on the ground, or we'll sit up on a block, we decide. The goal is to try to stack our knees the best we can. We'll take our eagle arms, inhale, arms extend, elbows bend. Elbows and palms connect, right elbow on top. Stacking wrist over elbows, rounding from spine to heart. Inhale, we begin to lift our elbows about to the level of our eyes. Trying to have the forearms reach into the wall in front of us, feeling a stretch from our spinal column to our heart. 3 more breaths wherever we are. 2. With an exhale, we'll uncoil our arms, hands in front of our body. Let's unpretzel our leg. We'll roll onto that right hip, Cross that left leg over our right. Give ourselves a hug. Inhale, our spine elongates. Strong left hand and foot. Exhale, return our belly. Heart and hips. Keep the hug to get more into the glute. Bend the elbow for a little more thoracic spine. Inhale, twist. Exhale, return our belly. Heart and hips. With our next exhale, we'll uncoil. Left hand to our arch, right hand behind us. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we'll turn our belly, our heart, and our glute. With our next inhale, we'll uncoil. Let's bring ourselves forward once again. We'll cross that left leg over, so our knees are close to begin with, feet aiming to opposite walls. Our glute aims back towards the arch of our left foot, or we sit down on the floor on a block. We'll extend our arms, try to keep our back straight as if we were resting on a pillow, elbows bend. Elbows and palms connect, or left elbow on top. We round from our spine to our heart, stack wrists and elbows. Trying to imagine a magnet drawing our forearms to the wall in front of us for 3 more breaths. Elbows about the level of our eyes, wrists stacked over elbows, 2 more breaths. 1. With an exhale, we'll uncoil. And we'll find our way to all fours, stacking all the joints in our arms, stacking the knees and hips. Let's turn our left palm to the sky. Feed our left hand through the space created by our right limbs. Sliding that left hand to the wall until the left shoulder is near the right hand. Let's slide our right hand forward, trying to make sure the right hip isn't doing the stacking the knees and hips. More effort in our left leg than our right. The right arm reaches away from our hip. Imagine I had one hand on your right shoulder and your right hip, trying to create space. Keep the right hand as it is, maybe fingertips into the ground by the eyes. Maybe the back of the hand to the sacrum or the left thigh, finding that stretch through that right side body, moving that thoracic spine for 3 more breaths. Eyes open or closed. 2 more breaths. 1. Exhale and coil. Right hand presses into the ground. We'll bring yourself back up. Restacking the joints in our arms and legs. Let's turn our right palm up. Slide our hand through the space created by our left limbs, pausing when our right shoulder is near our left hand. Draw more effort into our right leg. We'll slide our left hand forward, rotating through that thoracic spine. Keep the left arm out stretched, maybe fingertips by the eyes, maybe hand on the sacrum or the right thigh. 3 more breaths, rotating that thoracic spine, the eyes open or closed. 2. 1. Exhale, our left hand presses into the ground. We gently bring ourselves up to all fours. We'll roll onto one hip or another, no preference. And let's scooch towards the front of our mats. Letting our tiptoes touch the ground, shoulders roll toward ears and down our back, hands by our thighs or our shins. We'll find balance, extending our arms, hands on our legs, or on the floor, lifting our heart. We'll meet in Baddha Konasana in 4 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, the soles of our feet connect in Baddha Konasana. We'll interlace our fingers around our little toes. Inhale, we sit nice and tall. Exhale, we'll bend our elbows wide, lengthening the crown of our head forward, shoulders aiming to our hips. Then we'll open our feet like a book, line to lean the toe sides of our feet to touch. Elbows aiming to our knees or forearms to the ground, deciding what's right. Perhaps our eyes are closed, we can smile in the direction of the floor, releasing tension from our jaw. Two more breaths wherever our body's taking us. 1. Let's keep our book open. We're not quite done with chapter. Inhale, we stack our spine. We'll take our hands back behind us, fingers aiming forward. Inhale, we draw our navel in, we'll bend our elbows back evenly with our 10 fingers. Exhale, our sternum lifts, shoulders roll to our ears and down our back. And the more we press a little to the sides of our feet into one another, the more we're unlocking the base of our spine. 2 more breaths wherever we are. Exhale, our elbows bend, we'll gently restack our spine. Let's lift up our knees and allow our heels to connect with the floor, toes lift. We'll extend our arms forward as if our mirror image had a rope. It was going to give us a little bit of slack. We'll initiate some movement with our sacrum, scooping out our belly like the letter C, one vertebra at a time, connecting with the ground. And once we connect with the ground, we'll bring our heels into our glutes. We'll extend our arms out from our shoulders, palms up. So our body is a mini letter T right now. With an exhale, we'll tuck our knees into our chest and up and over to our left elbow. And then we'll gently turn our gaze to our right hand. Our inhale, we fill that right lung with air. With our exhale, rotate our rib cage and our navel to the mat, trying to increase our lung capacity. Inhale when our arms are extended. And with an exhale, we watch that right hand lift across our body. And when all the air is out of our lungs, the left hand descends. 3 more times. Inhale, slowly opening, expanding our chest. Exhale, slowly lowering, letting air out of our lungs. 2 more times. Moving slowly, no rush. And after that final rotation, let's all rest with our chest expanded in that inhale, open position. We'll use our core strength. We'll bring ourselves to center. We'll all keep our eyes closed, hold behind our thighs, take a deep breath in. Exhale, we'll curl our head, neck, and shoulders to our knees, bring a nice little ball with our bodies. Exhale, our torso descend. We'll extend our arms out from our shoulders, palms up. Inhale, knees tuck in. Exhale, up and over to our right elbow and our closed eyes. Look to our left hand. Inhale, we fill our chest, rotating our rib cage to the floor. Exhale, our eyes are closed, but they begin to follow that left hand as it rests atop our right. Inhale, we move in slow motion. Cervical and thoracic spine working together. 3 more rotations. Moving at your pace. 2 more times, perhaps. And after that second time, resting in that open position. Noticing that each time you close, that hand may extend further and further past the hand that's still on the floor. Once you've rested in the open position, we'll use our core strength. We'll bring ourselves to center. Once again, we'll keep our eyes closed. We'll pull behind our thighs. We'll point, we'll flex, we'll rotate, we'll wiggle, taking tension out of our feet. Then we'll pause. We'll take a deep breath in. With an exhale, we'll curl our head, neck, and shoulders to our knees, bringing that nice little ball with our bodies forward. 1 at a time, we'll reach our hands back. Interlacing our thumbs, reaching our fingers and toes away from the middle. And with an exhale, we'll let it all go, sliding our hands along the floor, resting palms up about 8 inches from our side body. Sliding our legs out to rest about mat distance apart, heels in, toes out. Resting in our Shavasana with this external rotation of our limbs. We're taking an internal rotation, a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly, or perhaps our knees in a knock-knee position. Wherever you're choosing to be, let's allow our eyes to move. Our eyes remain closed. But with an inhale, our closed eyes look towards our forehead. Exhale, center. Inhale, our closed eyes look down to our jaw. Exhale, center. Inhale, we look to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, center. Resting in our Shavasana for a few more breaths, feeling the support of the floor underneath us. Smiling to take any tension out of the journey. With an exhale, tuck our thighs into our chest. Pointing and flexing, rotating. We'll place our palms atop our kneecap. And we'll begin to circle the right leg both clockwise and counterclockwise as if we're stirring some tea, hot or cold tea, or preference. Letting the right leg be steady, then moving the left. And moving our legs together or together separately, unlocking the base of our spine. Pausing. And starting to rock from side to side to side to side, eventually resting on the right hand side in a supported fetal position. Opening and shutting our eyes, preparing ourselves for the rest of our day. We'll press the left knee to the floor and then left to the right. Making sure our head's the last thing that comes up so we don't get dizzy. We can sit in a simple cross-leg, lotus, half lotus, or Virasana Hero's pose with knees, shins, and ankles together. We'll lift our shoulders to our ears. We'll roll them down our back. We'll close our eyes as we turn our palms to face the sky. As our shoulders aim to opposite walls, our chin becomes heavy, folding to our chest, letting the back of our neck move into gravity. Let's sweep our hands back to our sacrum. We're going to interlace our non-dominant thumb closest to our body. We're going to reach our fingers away from us, wiggling out our fingers so we can stretch from our sternum to our shoulders. Exhale, we undo, palms atop our thighs, chin to chin. There's a golf ball on our left shoulder, our left ear will lift up and over that golf ball, right fingers with a feather-like touch. Breathing and swelling. Lengthening and opening. Inhale, our chin to parallel, right hand descends, golf balls on our right shoulder. Our right ear will lift up and over, left fingers with a feather-like touch. Breathing and swelling. Lengthening and opening. With an inhale, bring our chin back to parallel, left hand descends. Let's lift our shoulders to our ears, roll them down our back, and as our shoulders extend to the wide edges of our mat, once again our chin becomes heavy, folding to our chest, letting the back of our neck breathing through gravity. This time we'll bring our hands to prayer at our heart. And namaste. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me in my home today. Thank you for joining me in my practice. Hopefully that helped you open your head, neck, and shoulders. And until we meet again, stay healthy, stay safe.